Live from Utah's first TV station, ABC4 Utah. News at 10 starts now.
I never thought I'd have to put my own house out.
A firefighter talks about having to save his own house from destruction from the flames of the Brian Head Fire. Meanwhile, crews are preparing to lift the mandatory evacuation order tomorrow morning, and today allowed residents from Mammoth Creek and Panguitch to visit their properties. Now, here are the latest numbers on the Brian Head Fire that show just how far fire crews still have to go. The fire has now consumed 58,000 acres. Crews are making some progress as it is now 20% contained. 1,800 fire personnel now on the scene, and today air tankers dropped 300,000 gallons of water on the fire. Now, we have team coverage of the Brian Head Fire tonight. Dan Pope is tracking the scorching temperatures that the firefighters face and what they can expect in the coming days. Haley Higgins is talking to residents preparing to get back into their homes tomorrow, and that is where we begin tonight. Haley?
Well, good evening. When Don Duyan volunteered for the Panguitch Fire Department 2 years ago, he never expected that he would have to defend his own home from the nation's largest wildfire.
The smoke was devastating. You couldn't see my house. All you could see was the flames.
Burned but not destroyed. This is what the Brian Head Fire did to Jim Duyan's family cabin, but it could have been so much worse.
It would have been leveled. It lost everything. Looks like it started maybe in that corner.
When the entire town evacuated last week, the volunteer firefighter received a front row seat to the flames.
There was a lot of smoke coming around this corner, and then the flames, and I got back on the radio and said, hey guys, my house is just now starting on fire. We need to get the engine up here.
With 8 volunteer firefighters by his side, Duyan fought the flames that had overtaken the roof. Yet several of his neighbors weren't so lucky. But fire managers believe the fire danger has moved away from Panguitch Lake and Brian Head.
If there were any hot spots, they'd gone in and cooled them off, dug them out, that sort of thing. And so they were confident that they could allow people in.
There's not much that can go anymore. Everything is burnt up around me, so I'm not too concerned. I'm sleeping with both eyes closed now instead of just one open.
Well, Panguitch Lake remains under evacuation, but right now residents are allowed to go in and check on things for 30 minutes at a time. And when they're there, they do run into the Panguitch Lake Fire Department. They're still standing guard. And yesterday, I'm told they saved another cabin from catching on fire. Live in Parowan, I'm Haley Higgins. Good for Utah.
All right, Haley, thank you. The Red Cross wants the Brian Head Fire to showcase the important role of volunteers in an emergency and the need to train more volunteers. The Red Cross is holding shelter fundamentals training to help prepare for future disasters. A training session we held tomorrow evening at Iron County Visitor Center from 5 until 9. Another training session on Saturday morning from 9 to 1 at Panguitch High School. The training is free and will show potential volunteers the procedure for setting up, running, and closing a shelter during a disaster. Now, as fires continue to burn in our state, trust ABC4 Utah to bring you the latest updates. Stay with us both on air and online for continuing wildfire coverage. Now, as residents prepare to go home in the Brian Head area, what kind of weather can they expect, and what kind of weather can we expect here in the valley? Dan Pope is live on the Weather Porch tonight with that. Dan?
Well, first of all, I have to mention we have a red flag warning remaining in effect for a large chunk of Utah. And just because we don't have a red flag warning for the Wasatch Front doesn't mean the danger doesn't exist. Believe me, all it will take is a spark from possibly your spark from a chain that links up to your boat. The fire danger the red flag warning has expired as of 10 p.m. I'm showing you this right now because it'll likely have to return tomorrow. In the meantime, temperatures are still hot, like 91 degrees in St. George, 76 in Cedar City. It's 60 at Bryce Canyon. Temperature 54 degrees. 10-mile-per-hour wind right now in the Brian Head area. I'm expecting 69 tomorrow, 73 Saturday. The thing is, winds are going to be erratic. Northwest tonight, east tomorrow, and then from the southwest on Saturday. And those southwest winds will pick up in intensity, and that's going to cause some problems both Saturday and Sunday. So the highest wind gusts this hour are around Delta and Wendover. You can see the wind arrows, or the equal lines of wind right there, the streamlines. That's where the winds are blowing. So plan on tonight things lightening up a little bit. The fire tends to lay down at night. it tends to slow its burning process, and it allows firefighters to catch up a little bit. They're going to need to catch up because the breezes that come in Saturday, Sunday will cause all kinds of havoc. Back in a bit, we'll talk about the triple-digit heat that is coming back to the Wasatch Front. Don?
All right, Dan, thank you. Fire restrictions continue to expand really around the state. Police will be out enforcing those restrictions through the holidays, but with several other priorities on their plate, it actually may be up to neighbors to help step up and help. Good for Utah's Glenn Beebe is live with that story. Glenn?
Yeah, Don, whether it's the foothills or areas like the one behind me, fireworks are banned because of all the tall grass and brush, which it can easily catch on fire. And while police will be out in force, actually enforcing these fireworks restrictions, they are asking neighbors to step up and talk with each other if they see someone lighting off fireworks illegally.
That's just a lot of resource and money to taxpayers. So prevention and education is the way to save us all a lot of trouble and money.
Firefighters say fireworks have already caused several blazes throughout the Wasatch Front, and they're asking people not to light them off in restricted areas. Police respond to hundreds of calls to enforce those rules, but say they have other issues to deal with on a busy holiday weekend that can take priority.
If there's a robbery in progress, we're going to go to that. We're not going to worry about the illegal fireworks that are happening right then and there until we can clear from these higher priority calls to get out there.
Detective Chipping says they do respond to calls, and while they prefer to give warnings for people to stop, they can cite and confiscate fireworks if necessary. Police hope people will make the same effort in helping them stop the lighting off of fireworks in illegal areas, much like people do for neighborhood watches.
I live here. I want to make sure that people are staying safe. And if someone's doing something that's not helping that situation, then you need to step up and talk to them.
This year's conditions are extremely dry, and the fire departments around the area are worried about fire starting easier and spreading faster than normal. Officials hope people will follow the rules not because of the fear of a fine, but the damage it can cause.
We hope that the fear of a major disaster or wildfire or loss of lives or home would be the biggest incentive to not light fireworks off in an improper place or in an improper way.
Now, if you are reporting a fire, you are urged to call 911, but if you are reporting a fireworks violation to police, you're urged to call non-emergency dispatch so you don't tie up those emergency lines. Now, there is a way to find out if you're living in an area that is restricted for fireworks. There's a special website you can go to where you can type in your address and it will tell you whether or not you can light off fireworks. There to find it, just head to our website and click on this story. Reporting live in Salt Lake City, I'm Glenn Beebe. Good for Utah.
Hi, Glenn. Thank you. As the holiday weekend approaches, make sure that you know what firework restrictions are in place near your home. For a complete list of fireworks and fire restrictions, go to our website, goodforutah.com, and just click on this story. The Department of Public Safety wants to help protect drivers over the holiday weekend. AAA estimates 44 million people will travel this weekend, and 85% of them are going to be in a car. Last year, 6 people died on Utah roads over the 4th of July holiday. Law enforcement agencies across the state will work 240 overtime shifts this weekend. They will also have a DUI blitz by the Utah Highway Patrol on Saturday night. A young Utah father is now facing homicide charges in connection with the death of his 4-month-old son. Prosecutors just filed those charges against Zachary Sandoval. Police learned of the infant's death last November when his parents took the child to the hospital. Court documents showed doctors noticed severe injuries and notified police. The medical examiner determined the child had been strangled or choked and also had some past injuries to his head and his body.
He found the child to be non-responsive or floppy, if you will. But when we did the autopsy and looked at the medical information that we gathered, there were some older injuries that were identified. There were certainly signs of bruising and under the chin. There were also signs of possible strangulation.
Now, prosecutors say Sandoval's wife, is a 16-year-old, by the way, still under investigation. His bail has been set at $1 million cash. Now, parents under stress have some resources that they can turn to. Advocates say these family centers may actually help save lives. For information on those resources, go to our website, check out this story, goodforutah.com. New tonight, Salt Lake police need your help to find a bank robbery suspect. Police say the man in these photos went into a bank at 800 North Redwood Road this afternoon, about 3:30, demanded money, got the money. He's 6 foot tall, about 240 pounds. If you think you might know who this person is, pick up the phone and contact Salt Lake City Police. We have new information tonight about a house fire in Salt Lake City. It happened this afternoon at 3075 North, 2200 West. Burned at least 3 detached garages and sheds on 3 properties. A boat, snowmobile, and 2 other vehicles were also damaged or destroyed. Fortunately, no one was hurt. The cause not yet known. This weekend, marijuana becomes legal in Nevada, and the Utah Highway Patrol will be out on the lookout for anyone trying to drive to get high in Utah. Employees at dispensaries throughout Nevada say that they're expecting long lines. They're expecting a lot of business just after midnight Saturday morning. Now, Mesquite, Nevada is just a 40-minute drive from St. George. The Utah Highway Patrol says they're always on the lookout for contraband coming into the state from Nevada, and they will continue those efforts.
Marijuana is still illegal in the state, as well as illegal federally. So we will take the appropriate enforcement action if anybody is bringing anything into our state.
UHP says if they do see indicators of illegal activity, troopers will follow up. They will search vehicles. They also will have extra patrols looking for drunk drivers over the weekend as well. Now, along with marijuana in Nevada, Utah has a handful of laws going into effect on Saturday as well. The biggest changes on Saturday come really from the state alcohol laws. The Zion Curtain law changed last month, but starting on Saturday, a 2% price increase will be implemented across the state for all liquor sales. Now, we have a link to the list of all these new laws, too many to go into right now. Just go to our website, goodforutah.com, and search alcohol laws. The legacy of Utah's first and only female governor now lives on in a new way. Today, the administrative office for the Department of Workforce Services was officially named the Olene S. Walker Building. The department was formed 20 years ago, following the recommendation of a task force that was chaired by then Lieutenant Governor Walker. Her daughter says the department now represents everything her mother stood for.
She firmly believed that if individuals were given the right opportunities, they could rise above their circumstances and make better lives for themselves and for their families.
In its 20-year history, the department has served 3.8 million job seekers in more than 60 offices across the state. You know, people looking for fame, looking for love, well, they were all at Trolley Square tonight for an audition for The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. Dozens of men and women showed up to the Falls Event Center to fill out the paperwork in hopes of being picked for a future season on the ABC show. We wish them all good luck. Still to come on ABC4 Utah News at 10. Before heading out to Utah Lake for the holiday weekend, find out what areas are now being hit by toxic algae.
And the Colonial Flag Good for Utah weather ball was blue for the cooler weather we had due today. I am changing this now to red for hotter weather ahead. Not so much tomorrow, but wait till you see the triple-digit heat in my 7-day forecast coming up.
So if you know an outstanding officer who goes above and beyond the call of duty, let us know at goodforutah.com. Behind the Badge, Fridays on ABC4 Utah News at 10.
So tonight, this happens.
Is this book contagious?
Look who's here.
Oh my God, Jamie Foxx!
And he has a song for Cavs fans.
You'll always have Cleveland.
Plus NBA champ Draymond Green.
Let's do this.
Jimmy Kimmel Live tonight on ABC.
Got plans for the holiday? Well, now you do, because RC Willey's having a sale you won't want to miss.
Friday through Tuesday, with a purchase of $5.99 or more, receive an instant discount equal to sales tax. Plus, we're open July 4th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Hurry in and take advantage of holiday savings on furniture, mattresses, appliances, electronics, and flooring. If you need anything for your home, now is the time to buy. Friday through Tuesday, we're giving you tax relief. RC Willey, your home, your way.
The Toyota Independence Day sales event is on now at your Utah Toyota dealer. Hurry in for great deals on all your favorite Toyota models. Celebrate Independence Day with Toyota and get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new Corolla. Or get $2,000 cash back on Corolla at your Utah Toyota dealer. But hurry, the Toyota Independence Day sales event ends July 4th. Toyota, let's go places.
Next area is filled with mystery.
It's hard out here for a pimp, but go ahead.
And a huge surprise.
Just Oprah.
Plus,
my kind of joint.
Harry's hometown tour hits Bourbon Street and
2 of the biggest viral video stars of all time. I just want to hang out with you.
Me too, Harry.
Next Harry.
Tomorrow at 3 o'clock on ABC4 Utah.
The Toyota Independence Day sales event is on now at your Utah Toyota dealer. Hurry in for great deals on all your favorite Toyota models. Celebrate Independence Day with Toyota and get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new Corolla. Or get $2,000 cash back on Corolla at your Utah Toyota dealer. But hurry, the Toyota Independence Day sales event ends July 4th. Toyota, let's go places.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
Don, Kim, and Dan, weeknights on ABC4 Utah. From Utah's first TV station, ABC4 Utah, celebrating 70 years of being good for Utah.
He's been practicing medicine for 50 years, and today a local surgeon finally said, I'm done. Dr. Reed Fogg started out as an orthopedic surgeon. I can't talk now, but halfway through his career, he switched things up and got certified and licensed as a spinal surgeon. There, I can say that one. Dr. Fogg was very grateful for the recognition today. There are very few medical doctors in Utah who have worked so long to serve so many people. 50 years. Congratulations and happy retirement. Toxic algae is back at Utah Lake, but for now, just in certain areas. Good for Utah's Rick Aaron has what you need to know before heading out for the 4th of July weekend.
Cyanobacteria, commonly known as toxic algae, is an annual visitor to this lake, but the Department of Environmental Quality says it has arrived early this year, and the Utah County Health Department has a warning for the specific areas where the algae is blooming.
Don't get in the water, don't swim, don't splash. The recommendation is to not have contact with the water because it can either be swallowed or ingested and cause symptoms, but it can also happen through skin contact.
Even though the warning sign is posted here at the Provo Harbor boat launch, this area is fine. All of the toxic algae so far has been found about a mile south of here in the Provo Bay and Mud Lake areas. State park officials emphasize that most of the lake is okay for boating, fishing, and swimming this holiday weekend. John Emery has been coming here for 39 years and thinks the warnings are kind of silly.
It just seems like a lot of panic for nothing, really. I remember one year when I was a kid that the water was so green in Linden Marina. It looked like grass. It was crazy, and we were still out doing stuff.
But Bryce Larson says it's no joke.
The algae itself can cause symptoms and irritation. Basically, they mimic the stomach flu, so headache, body aches, vomiting, diarrhea, those kinds of symptoms.
High concentrations of the toxin can also be fatal for pets. In Provo, Rick Aaron, Good for Utah.
Last year, Utah Lake was closed from July 15th to July 29th because of the bacteria.
Time now for Utah's most accurate forecast, Weather Rate Certified, 6 years in a row.
All right. Coming in strong, the heat.
Yes.
Are there going to be winds with this heat or just heat?
Well, there's winds across southern
And I know I'm
Utah.
jumping ahead, but I keep focusing on the fact you said triple digits headed our way.
Yes,
So.
but we'll wait until about days 6 and 7 in the 7-day forecast. Let's focus on a very nice day tomorrow, and it's a quiet night tonight. How about the satellite picture showing the storms rolling across Idaho, Wyoming, Denver, Colorado. Now, there were some severe thunderstorms here today, but tonight, very light showers now across Casper. Nasty thunderstorms on the Palmer Divide heading out towards Kansas. Severe weather behind the cold front, and that is where the worst of the weather is as far as severity of weather. Now, we have a lot of dry air across Utah, but plenty of blue skies, no clouds to be seen on the Blue Lemon camera network here as we watch the sun set over the Ochre Mountains. We had a dandy of a day today. It was a perfect 10 on the danometer today. Oh, there are a few of those high little wave clouds, gravity wave clouds. How about that? Just as the sun set, we saw a nearly half full moon come in just about the time it started to get dark. And by the way, in the mornings, you're able to see Jupiter and Venus early in the day. Okay, perfect weather there for you. All right, how about some other interesting weather facts that you need to know in order to be prepared? First of all, let's talk current temperatures. It is nice and warm tonight, a little bit cooler tonight compared to yesterday. Moonlit skies, the half moon out there tonight. The rest of the region, state temperatures, 71 degrees in Vernal, 91 still hot out there in St. George, 90 at Lake Powell. look at the temperature change. So like I said, anywhere from 1 to about 8 degrees cooler tonight compared to last night. How about that vernal temperature? But along the Arizona Strip, yeah, it's about the same. Now, humidity is how we measure the dryness of the air. At night, the humidity goes up because the temperature and the dew point come together. The temperature drops, humidity goes up. We're 32%. But even in St. George, with that 91-degree temperature, we are 7% humidity, 6% at Lake Powell. It's that dry air that combines with wind as well as hot and sometimes other factors that make the red flag warnings kick up. And we definitely have some quiet, nice weather to talk about for tomorrow. It's beyond that. We'll start to see a change. Now, here we are tomorrow late in the day. Let's move into Saturday. Watch what happens as a weak disturbance pops up, and this is going to bring a slight chance for a thunder shower on Sunday. It will also bring some clouds around late in the day Saturday. If you're making plans for outside activities, plan on an isolated threat for a thunderstorm in the mountains on Sunday. But the worst that may happen from this will be dry lightning. That could be a spark for wildfires, and also could be some gusty winds with some of those thunderstorms. But a perfect day with highs in the mid-80s along the Wasatch Front. Some other numbers to look at: Pinedale 70. It'll be partly cloudy up there on the Wind Rivers. In central Utah, Fairview 83, Emory 87, and 87 in Richfield. Again, nice numbers here. 103 St. George, just a touch above average for this time of the year. 96 in Moab. Drink lots of liquid if you're heading out to your favorite hiking spot. Let's say, for example, you're going to Delicate Arch or maybe right into the fiery furnace. Yeah, you'll want to make sure you have a gallon of water for every single person if you're hiking through the day. 105 and 106 this weekend, but this is what Don and we were talking about the winds on Saturday, Sunday as we get a bit of a push from the southwest. That'll be a problem. And then next week, not bad on the 4th of July, but we're back up to 108 on Thursday. The Wasatch Front, here's your perfect day tomorrow, 86. Then it heats up. Again, those southerly breezes kick in, 94 to 97 on Saturday, Sunday. A weak weather front just grazes by the area Monday. And then we're back to 98 on the 4th of July and over the century mark next week.
Yeah, that's supposed to be St. George's deal.
Well, we have an average of 5 100-degree days every year, and 3 of them in July on average. And so if we have those 2, that would be 4 so far this year.
True. Well, that's above the average, but hey, it's averages, right? All right, Wes is here to cool things down.
Are we?
I don't know. People are going
to be upset about this. Everyone knew it was coming, but Gordon Hayward tells the Jazz he doesn't want their $16 million. He now has a plan to make about twice that. He's going to meet with other teams. We'll explain when we come back to sports.
Tomorrow at 9 on Good Things Utah, how 2 best friends are working to help people express themselves.
And always on the go, we have 3 meal ideas that fit in a mason jar.
Plus, go junk food free on your next camping trip. We have healthy ideas for your adventures.
Family time, friend time, your time. You've been thinking about getting a machine, but which one is right for you? An ATV, side-by-side, or dirt bike? Stedman's Recreation has Utah's largest selection of Honda, Polaris, Yamaha, and Beta machines. See them all at Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Need a tune-up, new tires, or want a winch? Stedman's service department can help.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
The Toyota Independence Day sales event is on now at your Utah Toyota dealer. Hurry in for great deals on all your favorite Toyota models. Celebrate Independence Day with Toyota and get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months on a new Tundra. Or get $1,500 cash back on Tundra at your Utah Toyota dealer. But hurry, the Toyota Independence Day sales event ends July 4th. Toyota, let's go places.
An out-of-control wildfire. More than a dozen homes reduced to ashes. Hundreds more still in harm's way.
I got my back of my truck full of family photo albums.
Fire crews on the ground and in the air, fighting the flames and heat to keep the fire in check. We were there when the blaze erupted.
0%
And we'll be there after it's contained.
long road to recovery.
ABC4 Utah News is committed to keeping you updated and informed with live continuing fire coverage. And that's good for Utah.
At ABC4 Utah News, our pinpoint weather team is the most accurate in the entire state. Anyone can claim to be the best, but our weather forecasts are unrivaled, a fact that's been verified and proven by WeatherRate, the nation's only independent weather forecast verification company. Don't let the weather ruin your day. Check our pinpoint weather forecast no matter where you are. For 6 straight years, we've been named the most accurate, and that's good for Utah.
Dance Mom goes to jail.
This is my Helena.
Next, Inside Edition. Abby Lee Miller's spending the next year and a day behind bars. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Tomorrow at 6:30 on ABC4 Utah.
On the next Good Morning Utah, we're getting you ready for the 4th of July. From the Salt Lake Bees to Sugar House and beyond. We're going to be talking celebrations for the holiday and help you start making your plans. Plus, new movies for your weekend. Join us starting at 4:30 for the next Good Morning Utah.
Time now for ABC4 Utah Sports with Wesley Ruff.
It's now official. Gordon Hayward is a free agent. Hayward notified the Jazz that he will be declining the player option on his contract and will become a free agent on Saturday, July 1st. Now, by opting out of his $16.7 million final year of his contract that he signed back in 2014, he's going to get offers for about $30 million from the 3 teams who want him: Boston, Miami, and the Jazz. He has meetings set up with all 3 coming up. Saturday, he meets with the Miami Heat, then the Boston Celtics on Sunday, and then the Jazz have their pitch on Monday. Hayward can't officially sign with any team until July 7th, but he can certainly tell everyone before then where he's going to sign. Only the Jazz can offer him a 5-year deal. The others can only offer him a 4-year contract. He could also choose to sign just a 1-year deal and then become eligible for the so-called Supermax contract next year of around $35 million. It's nice to have choices. The Utah Jazz rookies have started practicing in preparation for the Summer League, which begins Monday at the University of Utah. Top draft pick Donovan Mitchell says he came ready to work, and he's ready to show what he can do.
The fact that they were devoted enough to go up there and get me says a lot about how they feel about me, and I feel the same way about them. And I just got to go out there and show them and prove them right. And my work will speak for itself. I work my butt off as much as I can. I have this big chip on my shoulder, and I'm always, like you said before, a perfectionist. I'm a perfectionist as well, so I want everything to be perfect. Even when I have a great game, something's always wrong to me, so it's always got to keep improving.
Well, Salt Lake Bees tried to get out the brooms and sweep their 4-game series with Reno in an afternoon contest today. Great day to take it in a matinee game. Bees trailing the Reno Aces 2-0, bottom of the 3rd. Shane Robinson with the base knock up the middle. Tony Sanchez rounds 3rd, heads for home. He slides in safely, and that cut the lead to 2-1. Crowd liking that. Next batter, Caleb Cowart. He gets the base hit, and Shane Robinson motors around 3rd. Here comes the throw. It's going to be close. Oh, he's called safe, but was he? Take another look. Tag was behind him. Yes, he's safe. He's in there. Game tied at 2, and it stayed that way until the top of the 10th inning. Reno's Rudy Flores with the RBI. Christopher Negrin scores. That's the game-winning run. The Bees lose 3-2 in 10 innings to snap their 4-game winning streak. Well, the 3 local golfers who play on the PGA Tour all had a nice first round today in Potomac, Maryland. Tony Finau tied for 26th at 1 under. Zach Blair tied for 8th at 3 under. And Danny Summerhays was tied for the lead at the Quicken Loans National. Had it to 6 under par and tied with David Lingmerth. Rosen par putt here, but then Danny ran into trouble. Out of the bunker, this thing slides past the hole. He would miss that putt coming back for par, and then the bogey putt. No. He power lifts out. Left him a longer putt coming back. He ended with a double bogey. But on the 9th hole, his 18th of the day, he had this tee shot, 201-yard par 3, and he stiffs it. Hit it about 4.5 feet away. Stepped up and knocked in the putt for a birdie and ended up 4 under par. He is now tied for 2nd place, just 1 shot out of the lead.
What course is that?
Which is nice. That's at the TPC in Potomac, Maryland.
Oh, pretty nice. But look at this. Look at this trophy right here.
How about this trophy?
This is Wes's trophy.
I'm renting it.
No. His name was actually on it in 2015, and it's going back on it for 2017.
It's a little Media Day trophy.
Media Day. Not only a great sportscaster, great golfer.
I beat like 2 people.
You know what that indicates? You don't work enough. You're golfing way too. We'll be right back.
Tested, trusted Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Giant bugs have arrived. Get ready for an unforgettable infestation.
That's nothing from this world.
godzillas at Utah's Hogle Zoo. It's a big deal.
I'm Nisha DeGaring here with Kylie Waddups from the Utah Diaper Bank. And Kylie, why is the need so great right now?
Nisha, there are no safety net programs or public assistance to help low-income families get the clean diapers they need. 1 in 3 families struggle to afford diapers, and in Utah, we need 50,000 diapers per month to help fill this gap.
What can we all do to help you?
We could always use diapers, donations, and volunteers. We also desperately need a working space.
If you want to help a cute baby just like this one, it's easy. Visit UtahDiaperBank.org.
I have always been a how and why type of person. It's why I became a journalist. Even when I'm not at work, I'm checking the newspaper, going online. It's in my blood. I can't change that. I've been in this business a long time, and people trust me, but I've had to earn that trust. I like to report on the human condition, the homeless, religion, the addicted, to help people understand what we are as a society. And that's good for Utah.
Good morning, Utah. Let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on. Keep the morning moving right along. Yeah, waking up my day to make you feel alright. Good morning, Utah. Don't you know I'm ready for whatever comes my way. I'm waking up my day. Good morning, Utah.
Once upon a time, there were 4 ambitious girls who grew up to be very different women. But they had 3 things in common: beauty, brains, and dull jobs. ABC4 Utah took them away from all of that. And now they work with me. My name is Brian. ABC4 Utah is the first TV station in Utah, and we're celebrating 70 years of bringing you the very best in entertainment. And that's good for Utah.
Next area is filled with mystery.
It's hard out here for a pimp, but go ahead.
And a huge surprise.
Just Oprah.
Plus,
my kind of joint.
Harry's hometown tour hits Bourbon Street and
2 of the biggest viral video stars of all time. I just want to hang out with you.
Me too, Harry.
Next Harry.
Tomorrow at 3 o'clock on ABC4 Utah.
Before we say goodnight and stare at Wes's, golf
That's a
trophy
nice
there
trophy.
anymore, we'll talk to Dan about the danometer.
Hey, let me justify why I'm going to tell you what the danometer is, because we start out at 59, we end up at 86. I simply cannot take anything off for the beautiful sunny conditions, dry weather, temperature 3 below average. It's a green day, so it's a 10 on the danometer. Perfect day. Get out and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Did I mention I won this?
No, really. What is that for?
I got it out of a gumball machine.
6 quarters later.
Right?
All right. Thanks for watching.
Coming up next.
Hair care for members of the Good